Imagine getting a phone call at 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning and it's a client. Her husband just passed away, and the first question she asks me is, "Can you help me?" And I think she was surprised by my answer. I told her, there's nothing to do. Just go take care of yourself and take care of the family and take care of the funeral, because everything's in place. All the work that we've been doing for the last 10 or 20 years prepared us for this time that we knew would eventually happen.
That's what a financial playbook does. When life happens, and it will, the work's already done. So today we're going to walk you through what that playbook actually looks like. This video is for educational purposes only. Always consult qualified professionals before making any legal, tax, or investment decisions.
Now that you have your personal CFO in place, what do they actually do? What we've always tried to do is look at this from your vantage point. If we were you, what would we want and need? Well, what we'd want is somebody we know and we like and we trust, obviously. Somebody we can call with anything. And we'd want that person to explain things to us in simple terms. Not legal jargon, not CPA speak, just what is it that we need to do? So we created what we call the advanced plan. Let's be honest, it's really just a glorified checklist, but it's a living, breathing document and it's constantly updated. It covers 5 key areas. These are the things that matter most to families like yours, whether you realize it or not.
Let's start with investment management. Here's our mantra. Investing is the easy part. But here's what we see. Assets scattered everywhere. Old 401ks sitting at former employers. Accounts you forgot you had. People taking far too much risk. Not enough diversification and tax inefficiency. The checklist simplifies this. You consolidate assets and create a portfolio that actually makes sense for you.
Now let's talk about taxes. Remember, most clients' goal isn't just to lower this year's tax bill. It's to lower your and your family's lifetime income tax bill. So think about this. We ask, are taxes on sale? Well, taxes right now are at historic lows. Meanwhile, deficits and debts are at historic highs. Do we think there's something broken there? We think there is. So that's why we try to plan proactively, and we do it all year long instead of just reacting at tax time. We're always planning for next year and the next year and the next year rather than today.
Wealth transfer. This is where things get personal. We've seen ex-spouses listed as beneficiaries. I should clarify, we haven't had it happen, but we've seen it happen. Imagine your hard-earned money going to your ex, not because you wanted it to, because nobody asked the right questions and reviewed the forms. We see wills from 20 years ago that no longer fit. Fiduciaries have passed away. Minor children listed as beneficiaries. This creates a legal nightmare. And second marriages, the complexity multiplies. The checklist catches all of this before it becomes your family's problem.
Here's one that surprises people: wealth protection. So I had a client a few years back that became disabled, and he had a disability insurance policy that paid out for a period of 5 years. He bought it in his 30s, and guess what? He needed it in his late 40s. And I thought, why would an insurance agent ever advise someone to buy a disability policy that lasted only 5 years and didn't last till age 65 or 67? It didn't make sense. So the questions nobody asked created a problem nobody anticipated. And I don't think this person was unique. This happens more often than you'd think. We see this with umbrella insurance and long-term care insurance, property casualty coverage. People are often overinsured in one area and completely exposed in another area.
Finally, charitable giving. If you're going to give, and you may already be giving, wouldn't you want to do it in a way that maximizes your impact and keeps the tax code on your side? Here's what wealthy families figured out a long time ago. They don't write checks. They use their IRA to make qualified charitable distributions, and they give away appreciated stock.
I had a woman tell me recently, I want to put my church in my will. So I asked what I think is an obvious question, that is, have you considered just giving it now? Interesting, she was about to turn 70 and a half next year. And I said, we could do this through your IRA early next year. And she said, I'd love that. Then I could see what they use it for. Maybe it's a stained glass window and maybe it's a pew, whatever it may be. sometimes giving now makes more sense. And sometimes thinking differently about your planning can make all the difference for you.
Now, here's something important. This planning is like painting the Golden Gate Bridge. By the time we think we're finished, there's another part that needs to be painted. Life changes. There are births and deaths, divorces, market shifts, new laws. The checklist isn't a one-time thing. It evolves with you.
We always tell clients, give us your date of death and we'll put together a plan that fits perfectly. We've yet to have anybody do that. So what we do is we plan for what we can control. What's the result of all this? You've got all of your ducks in a row. You've got a tax mitigation plan, a wealth transfer plan, a wealth protection plan, and then you've got your personal CFO. When something changes, you pick up the phone. One call gets the ball rolling. And when something goes wrong, and as Sam said, it will, the planning's already in place. Now it's just a matter of execution.
If you're thinking, I don't have this and I should, or maybe you do have an advisor, but nobody's ever walked you through a checklist like this, we'd be happy to talk. Click the link below to schedule a conversation.
And if you're within 10 years of retirement, there's a video you need to watch next. The 5-year window that can make or break everything you just learned. Click here to watch it now.